Hey, welcome. I hope you all are doing good. Thank you so much for joining me. Today's reading is the person on your mind. Do they have hidden intentions towards you? What are their intentions? And any other messages we can get, well, relevant messages that we can get. All right. So we have 3 groups for you to choose from. We have Fusite for group 1. We have group 2, the Amethyst Crystal. And group 3, the blue apatite. Do they have hidden intentions, and what are their intentions? Okay, group 1, 2, and 3. Feel free to pause the video if you do need a moment to choose your group, but I will see you guys in your readings. Hey, welcome. If you have chosen the first group, then this reading is for you. I will pull some more cards later on in the reading as well, but I will just start off with the tarot for now. So for this group, you have the 4 of Wands upright, we have 5 of Swords in reverse, and we have the 8 of Pentacles also in reverse. What are their hidden intentions, if they do have any hidden intentions, and what might those intentions be? All right, so at first look, I would have to say they don't actually have any hidden intentions towards you, but whether or not their intentions are positive or, you know, negative could be for you to decide, and I will kind of see what their intentions are and kind of leave it up to you to, you know, make that decision. But this could be someone that kind of, I don't know how to word it, but they kind of like or prefer when people maybe, you know, do what they say or act in a way that they feel is correct. And if someone doesn't, then they may not be very, I don't know what the right word is, but they might not keep people in their life for long who don't really live up to or act in ways that they find acceptable or ways that they approve of, type of thing, you know? So, and for some of you, this could be someone that does see you as a means to an end, but at the same time, they still care about you. So yeah, it feels like it's this person's intentions to cooperate with you, and vice versa for you to cooperate with them. They want you guys to continue to get along and continue to be on good terms. Their intention is for you to trust them or continue to trust them. They want for there to be it feels like they want to be there for you, and show you that they are there for you if you need them. It feels like this person cares about you and, you know, thinks highly of you as well. And they could think that you are maybe feeling vulnerable right now. For some of you, they could want you to confide in them. So this person could just feel like right now you don't really seem yourself. They could think you're tired, and they could feel that you're overworked, and it feels like their intentions are to sympathize with you or to let you know that they do sympathize with you. But they could also feel that you don't want their help or it's not really their place. But it feels like overall their intentions are for your relationship to become more concrete, you know, kind of creating a stronger foundation together, or towards something else, as, you know, as 2 people working towards something else and working towards making something else stronger. So their intention could be for you to support them in some area of their life as well. It could also be their intention to get you to resolve any conflicts that you have with someone else. like say for example, if this is a group setting thing, maybe work setting, family setting, friend group, gym group, community group, I don't know, but they want you guys to work together successfully, not only you and them, but any other people that could be in your group. Like for example, some of you, they could want you to fit into their friend group. They could want you to like for example, if this is someone you work with, maybe you're cool with them at your workplace, but maybe you're not really cool with the other people that they're cool with, but it feels like they want you all to be cool, you know. Like for example, if this isn't someone you're in a relationship with or a connection with, they want you to be cool with you know, their friends, their family, you know, stuff like that. And if you are having any problems with other people in this group setting, they want to aid in smoothing over any problems that you may have with these other people, you know. And they could want for you to be the bigger person in this situation. And you know, they could, if there is a disagreement going on with you and someone else in this friend group, like they could fully agree with you, you know. And for example, and think the other party is you know, ridiculous, but for the sake of peace, they want you to be the bigger person, and they want, you know, to be able to celebrate with you and for other people to be involved. They could be celebrating something soon. It could be a win of theirs, and they want, it's like their intention for you to, you know, join in, and it's their intention to make you more social. And for some of you, like they could want to turn that frown upside down. It's their intention to get you to be less reserved with someone else, a person maybe you both know. They could also want to forgive you or make it clear that they've forgiven you. Like, you know, in terms of, you know, making peace with someone, it could be them that they want you to make peace with. Or they're kind of just avoiding or wanting to avoid any type of conflict happening with you in the future. I love the wind, but sometimes it scares the hell out of me. Anyways, so yeah, it's also their intentions to use your skills and talents or knowledge on something. For some of you, they could want you to see that you're working too hard, or maybe you're a bit of a workaholic. So they could want to maybe encourage you to take a break. They could want you to stop stressing about certain things. It could be like work, it could be career progress. They could want you to consider another job, maybe consider doing something you actually like, in their opinion, you know. They may try to offer you suggestions. If any of you here downplay yourself, your skills, who you are, your strengths, basically, it's their intention to not openly disagree with you in regards to what you say about yourself, especially if it's not nice, but they don't plan on feeding into it either. Like they could just, you know, kind of not ignore you. It may actually look like they're, you know, agreeing with you downplaying yourself, but they're not. They're just not wanting to entertain it either, if that makes sense, you know. It feels like in other ways they could want you to see that you have more options than you think, you know. So I'm gonna pull some more cards and see what else comes through. Okay, so what are their intentions towards you? What are their hidden intentions? Oh, wait, no, what are their intentions towards you? What are their intentions? Okay, so I'll start with these ones. So what are their intentions towards you? You have, let me put these a bit closer. So you have stop talking. What does that say on the back? Alright, so you have stop talking, and on the back it says just listen. And we also have don't force it, allow it to come to you. So it feels like their intentions are to get you to not force something. Let's see what that could be. The Magician in reverse. So this could be in terms of control over a situation, maybe control over a person. For some of you, this could be forcing, I don't know if I'm going to say this right, but maybe forcing yourself onto other people. But But it doesn't really feel like it's in a way where, like, not forcing certain relationships, if that makes sense. For some of you, this could be like putting your ideals on to other people. So maybe forcing maybe your perspective or your way of thinking or doing certain things onto another person. It could be including them. It could be their intention to get you to stop talking to the wrong people or what they perceive as the wrong people. Like, this could be people that they feel that you shouldn't trust. But it feels like the person you're asking about, they believe they're doing the right thing by trying to get you to stop talking to these, you know, certain people. It could also be their intention for you to not share certain plans that you have with other people. So, how many cards we have here? 1, 2, 3. All right, so we have way of faith. Let faith be your guide. We have job. Love what you do and do what you love. Wasn't there a message earlier about your job? And so we have job. We also have cat. Take care of yourself. Trust that if you do, you'll always land on your feet. We have love life. New or renewed romantic love is here for you. And we also have self-confidence. And it says, believe in yourself by believing in God working through you. So what are their intentions? So with way of faith, it feels like it's their intention for you to have some type of faith in them, for you to trust them, for you to maybe trust them enough to like work with them or kind of maybe go along with what they're saying or go along with certain plans that they have. Okay, so in terms of job, like for some of you, if you see work as something that you just have to do, you know, that's something that you don't necessarily enjoy, you're just doing it, you know, for your stability, maybe maybe you don't really form connections at work. That doesn't have to be the case, but it also feels like this person's intentions are for you to enjoy work more, maybe kind of get involved in your work environment, maybe form more connections with people. Like it feels like they want you to see that your job could be something that you love, as well as something that you have to do. So for some of you here, it could be their intention for you to pull focus away from your love life. I'm going to try and see why that is. For a lot of you, it doesn't even really feel like they have a reason for wanting you to not focus on your love life. It feels like this person could want you to stay single. For some of you, they could be afraid that if you were to focus on your love life, that it would take your attention away from them. Or maybe from you guys doing things socially, or kind of, you know, doing more things socially. It could also be their intention to encourage you to take care of yourself. The Ace of Cups came out to clarify that. It doesn't really feel like self-care though. I feel like they just want you to take care of yourself. Maybe emotionally. I know that a message came up earlier of them thinking that you're maybe overworked, or, you know, thinking that you're tired. So it could be in regards to that. So it could also be their intention to get you to believe in yourself a little more as well. So we have formal, we have forceful, we have decisive, and we have casual. So for some of you, it's their intention to like get you to stop being forceful in some way, or stop being intense in some way. That was clarified by the Tower as well. So yeah, they could find you pretty intense in certain situations, and it feels like they want to maybe encourage you to like maybe chill out. Or be calm in certain ways, in certain situations. It feels like it's also their intention to try and get you to have a formal kind of connection with someone else. It's like you guys don't have to be best friends, but I would like for you guys to be amicable. All right, so they don't necessarily think you're indecisive, but it feels like in some way, or in regards to something in particular, they want you to be more decisive. This could be about them. they could have intentions of getting you to be more concise about what you want to say. Like for some of you, they could want you to make up your mind about something as well. It also feels like it's their intention to see you being more casual. I don't know if this is like being more relaxed. For some of you, it could be in terms of the way you dress. They could like to see you dressed casually. Do you have more from this one? I feel like there's also a similar message in terms of what came out in regards to formal. So maybe you having a more formal relationship with someone that is maybe in your group or your circle. Could be referring to them depending on who you're asking about. So we have self-love. We have, it's not physical, it's also spiritual. We have so pure, yet so dirty and raw. We have trauma. We have just marry me. We have healing. We have random thoughts, but I love your belly. We have I'm going to spoil the hell out of you. We have you're very strong. We don't have to do this alone. And we also have take the lead. So it could be their intention to get you to spoil them in some way. It feels like it's their intention for you to take the lead. So to be the one that is maybe making plans, maybe approaching things more, maybe reaching out to them. It could be also their intention for you to appreciate their body in some way. Like they could want you to notice their body or like a part of their body. It could also be their intention for you to heal a relationship that you have with someone else. So if you're not asking about someone like you're in a relationship with or anything like that, it feels like it's their intention for you to possibly get you to work on your marriage. Okay, but only take that if it makes sense. Like, especially if you're kind of looking at options outside of your marriage, it feels like they want you to try and work on things inside your marriage instead of maybe looking outside of your marriage. But only take that if it makes sense, okay? So that could be for if you're married to the person you're actually asking about, or it could be like if you're asking about a friend or someone that knows you're married, or you know, something like that. It doesn't have to be married. It could be like another like long-term romantic relationship as well, you know. So with this, you are strong, but you don't have to do this alone. It feels like it is their intention to actually rely on you a bit more. Like they may compliment your strength or talk about how strong you are, but also want to kind of use that for themselves in some way. I don't want to say take it. It could, for some of you, it could be, you know, taking advantage of your strength or some of your strengths. Like this person could also feel you are still hurting over a trauma that happened, and that could be something else that they would like for you to heal, or it's their intentions for maybe, you know, to encourage you to heal. So with this card here, it feels like it is their intentions to have a deeper relationship with you. That's not for everyone here though. For some of you, it could be that they want more of a physical connection with you, again, depending on who you're asking about. So for some of you here, it feels like they do want you to boost their confidence in some way. It feels like they actually want you to maybe encourage them to love themselves a bit more. I don't know why they would want that, but like it could be their intention to maybe get a confidence boost from you. But anyways, that is all that I have. I do hope it could make sense and, you know, resonate for the person you're asking about and be helpful. But I am wishing you guys the best. All right, please take care. Bye. Hey, welcome. If you have chosen the second group, the amethyst, then this reading is for you. So I will read the tarot cards first, and then I'll pull some more cards in a moment. All right. I'm going to lose my voice soon. Okay, so we have the Justice card in reverse. We have the Star in reverse. And we have the Five of Cups in reverse. All right, so do they have hidden intentions towards you? If so, what are these hidden intentions? Or just what are their intentions in general, whatever messages we can get. All right, so do they have hidden intentions? So this person, they could have hidden intentions towards you, but it does seem relatively positive, especially from their perspective. Whether or not you will perceive it that way is a different story. But it doesn't seem like they have intentions of like trying to hurt you or trying to upset you or do anything negative towards you. And they could feel that you don't necessarily have any, you know, intentions towards them. They may even feel that you don't really care for them or care about them like that. Not enough to have positive or negative intentions towards them, at least, you know. But I'm going to try and lay out what their intentions towards you could be at this moment. Do you know what? It feels like their intentions do seem kind of conflicted. It's like they're not really sure how they should approach you or approach a situation that involves you. Like it could be their intention to kind of be patient with you, maybe be patient with the situation, kind of see how things unfold. But it feels like their intention isn't to pressure you, you know, and it feels like they want you to come to them on your own terms, you know. It's like they want you to know that their door is open, but at the same time, they're not going to force you to come through it. They want to show you that you can trust them, and And they want to do this through action. Like, they don't want to do this through words like, okay, you can trust me, you know, like, no, they want to show you. And it's not even, it's just kind of like them being themselves. And, you know, hopefully you seeing that they are someone you can trust. But at the same time, again, like, they're not going to force it either. So yeah, it feels like they definitely want to bring balance to your connection and to see if there is hope to form a deeper bond. It's their intention to see what your character is as well, whether you are a good guy or a bad guy, or you know, right now they aren't entirely sure. Like, they feel like they see glimpses of both, but they want to give you a chance. Like, they want to give you a chance and they want to treat you fairly. Feels like they don't want to jump to conclusions. And it feels like they kind of just, again, like, be impatient until, you know, they feel like they've seen your true character come to light. And for a lot of you here, it feels like they already feel like they know what your true character could be, but they could have an, you know, only time could tell kind of, you know, kind of perspective. So again, like, being patient, waiting things out. But they feel like they already know what your true character is. And but again, like, they can't be sure, you know, they do still feel quite conflicted, because they feel like, or they feel like they've seen your, you know, good side, your good characteristics. Like, they think you're kind, they think you're generous, caring, and supportive. But there are also times where you show an opposite side to you, where you are maybe not very loving or very affectionate, or, you know, for some of you, like, seem a bit empty at times, you know. But they feel like the kind of version of you is the real you, and they could want to actually understand where the other side comes from, you know. Like, instead of judging you, it feels like they want to understand, you know. Or it feels like maybe they understand that, you know, you have this duality about you, and you're not going to be, you know, sunshine and roses all the time, you know. And it feels like they're kind of just like checking in with themselves to see if that is something that, you know, aligns with them and something that they want in their life. So their intention isn't to, you know, pass judgment too quickly. And it feels like they also want to see if there is anything else going on with you, you know, something that could be impacting you, especially when you do seem, you know, not yourself, or, you know, seem a bit darker. For some of you, they could have intentions of avoiding you for the time being, or maybe not avoiding you, but maybe kind of like giving you your space. And if they are avoiding you, it's not personal. Like, it's not because of you. It could be things that they're going through in their life. They could be under a lot of pressure, and it feels like they don't want to put their problems on you. Like, I'm hearing they don't want to make it about them. So it feels like they're kind of maybe going to keep to themselves for a bit. And it also feels like their intention is to see whether or not there is or can be loyalty and trust between you guys. Their intention is to approach you with a more open mind, and without bias, because they realize what they see on the surface isn't always, you know, true, or it's not always what it seems. And it feels like they also want to be sure that they don't end up disappointing you or setting expectations that they can't live up to, you know. I don't know why, but their intention could be to discourage you from being honest with them. I don't know why though. Why would I want to discourage you? For some of you, it's like once you say something, you can't take it back. So they could want you to be not necessarily be careful about what you say. But they want to know, like, if you are honest with them, that you kind of mean what you say, if that makes sense. It could also be something that you are more aware of, though. If this person was quite passionate about you before, like they approached you with, passion or happiness, or like a giddiness or excited kind of energy, it feels like they intend on not doing that anymore. They could feel it isn't maybe appropriate. They could feel like it isn't appreciated, or feel like it isn't reciprocated, or just feel like you have a different kind of style, or different ways that you like to be approached. Like they could be someone who is quite excitable, and they feel like maybe that's just not who you are, or something that doesn't align with you. So maybe before they were kind of like expecting you to match their energy, but it feels like they're kind of reevaluating, like their perspective, and kind of realizing that just because I approach you this way doesn't mean you need to react to me in that way. So it could be something that they're kind of working through in themselves. For some of you, it could be that they plan on focusing on themselves for a while, and I don't know, is it their intention? It could be their intention to encourage you to do the same. For some of you, it could be more so highlighting the benefits of self-care, but they definitely want to positively affirm you, though. They want to be there for you, but maybe they feel right now they can only do that from a distance, because they feel like that's what you want. For some of you, they could feel you've gone through, sorry about that. So they feel that you have gone through like these major life-changing, events, and it also feels like they don't want to pretend that they, could possibly understand what you are going through, or what you have been through. Like they could even feel like they've had a relatively easy life in comparison to you. So this could be another reason why they don't want to, maybe bother you with their problems, because they feel like it doesn't really compare to what, you've been through, or what you're going through. And you know what? For some of you, like, because their life could have been quite easy in comparison to yours, it feels like they can't even really empathize with it, because it's maybe completely worlds apart from, their own life. So I would have to say, like, just kind of be careful with that, though. But yeah, I'll pull some more cards now and see what messages come through. So, what are their intentions towards you? For some of you, like this, that, in regards to your lives being different, and you going through, major changes, and, stuff like that. But they may not even like discuss these things with you, if that makes sense. Like they may ignore certain things that you have been through simply because they can't relate to it, you know? But anyway, so yeah, what are their intentions towards you? Right, so we have you are talented and fucking amazing. We also have love. So what are their intentions towards you? So for some of you, it could be their intention for you to actually see them as talented and amazing in some way, with the Six of Wands and the Strength card coming out. But it's also their intention to like let you know, or you know, understand or see that they feel that same way about you, that they do find you talented and amazing in certain ways. So with love, it feels like it's their intention to love you. And I feel like that's all that's coming through with that. Do you know how it says love full stop? Like that's what it is. Like I feel like that's their intention. But for a lot of you, they could be doing this from a distance for right now. Or for some of you, they could be doing this from a distance. But it could also be their intention to love you in their way. Like they may not know how you want to be loved, or, you know, prefer to be loved, like to be loved. So they could just be planning on doing it how, how they think you want to be loved. Okay. All right. So we have you are unique, be yourself. We have party, celebrate yourself. We have spread your wings and fly. We have life-changing, epiphany or experience. And we also have love life, right above love. Okay, so what are their intentions towards you? All right, so with life-changing epiphany or experience, it feels like it is their intention to change your relationship, the connection that you have with them. But it feels like the direction of that is still unknown. It could be like unknown to them. Like they may not even know what they want, but they do know that they do want a change in your relationship. So their intention is to initiate that change, whether that be from, pulling back right now, and maybe kind of waiting for you to kind of take the lead, or kind of following your lead and kind of seeing what you want out of the situation. But yeah, their intention is for change to happen between you guys. It feels like they see you guys as both having these positive qualities, or having something to give, having something to offer. Again, like they could see you both as quite talented and amazing in different ways. So in terms of celebrate yourself, like they want you both to kind of come to a place where you both are able to like celebrate each other, rely on each other, and become like more bonded, like closer, basically, It could be their intention to make you feel unique, or just kind of like let you know that they find you unique if this isn't something that they've kind of made clear to you before. But they don't have intentions of making you feel different or anything like that. Just that the things that do make you different kind of make you stand out. Like right now, they could find your connection quite limited. And with airplanes, spread your wings and fly, it feels like they want expansion. They want like more room, more space in your connection. Like more opportunities, even. But yeah, they could want your connection to be more free, and especially if it has been quite restrictive or it has been quite limited. So it could also be their intention to see if you do have anything else going on in your love life. Maybe including them. So this could be like maybe for some of you, it could be kind of seeing if you're interested in more than just them. It could be something else that you are more aware of as well. So we have formal, which came up for the last group. We have extroverted, we have subservient, and we have discreet. So what are their intentions towards you? So if this person is quite extroverted, I think that message came up earlier, like if they're quite extroverted, if they're quite excitable, passionate, maybe talkative, it feels like their intentions are to not be so much, to kind of meet you where you're at. Like the Ace of Wands came out for them and the Ace of Swords is coming out for you. So if you are a bit more reserved, or if you are a bit more, I don't know, low key, or your communication style is just different from theirs, like it feels like they plan on meeting you where you're at instead of kind of like bombarding you with like their way of being, if that makes sense, you know? So their intention could be for your relationship to be a bit more discreet. Maybe for some of you, this could be kind of keeping your relationship a secret, or your connection a secret. For some of you, this could come back to trust, and they could have intentions of kind of showing you or letting you know that they can be discreet. Like again, like if you are someone that's more low key, like they maybe want to show you that that is something that they can do, especially if it does come to like, it's like they basically like basically like, you can trust me to be discreet, and that it feels like that's something that they want you to know. In terms of formal, it feels like right now their intention is to keep your connection like polite, soft, not too much, you know. And yeah, so it feels like overall their intention is not to do too much, you know. So, you know, in terms of subservient, do they? For some of you, they could legit have intentions of being subservient to you in some way, but for others of you, this is just them maybe trying to follow your lead. Again, like maybe trying to make you feel more comfortable by approaching you in a way that they feel would make you more comfortable. So finally, we have my family doesn't approve. We have at this point, you're just playing yourself. We have hell yes. We have I masturbate to the four of you. We have innocence. We have you are too good for me. We have I was going to say sleepless nights, but it literally says selfless. And we have I want to do unspeakable things to you. Oh, wow. So what are their intentions? So it feels like it's their intentions for their family to approve of you. It doesn't feel like their family doesn't. If anything, it feels like their family, or if you have met some of their family, like those particular people could actually quite like you. Or, you know, if they've kind of, talked about you to their family, then, you know, their family could like the sound of you. It could actually be more in regards to like them and your family, potentially having your family approve of them. Again, like it doesn't really feel like that's the case right now, that your family disapprove of them or their family disapproves of you. Even though they do plan on being a little bit more low-key, like their intention is for you to maybe be more excited about them, or for you to be the one that's a bit more passionate about them. So for some of you, in regards to masturbate to the thought of you, for some of you that could be their intention if you're asking about that kind of connection. But if you are asking about a more platonic connection, it feels like their plans right now is to kind of maybe think and wait and kind of like analyze instead of kind of rushing in. In some ways, they could see you as quite innocent, so they could also want to protect your innocence. They could want to be protective over you in general, actually. Again, like if you are asking about a romantic connection, then their intentions are to maybe to be physical with you, but again, it doesn't feel like something like they're kind of like wanting to like push. It feels like, you know, kind of on your terms type of thing, obviously. So for some of you, they could feel that you are too good for them in some way, but it feels like, again, it feels like they're trying to not make that a you problem, and it feels like that's something that they're kind of trying to work through on their own. It is their intention to be selfless towards you as well. And for some of you, like, they do feel like they are trying to make a lot of allowances for you. Like, they do feel like they're trying to be comfortable, make you feel comfortable, maybe even in ways that kind of reject who they are. Like, again, if they are quite extroverted, if they are quite passionate and excitable, but if they know that that doesn't really work with you, and they know that they want to get to know you more, they know that they want to maybe be with you in some way, or, you know, grow your relationship, friendship, whatever it may be, but they are also worried that they could be, you know, playing themselves by, you know, trying to accommodate you, or potentially rejecting parts of themselves just to make you feel comfortable, you know. But that is all I have, though, for those of you who chose this group. I really do hope it could be helpful. I really do hope it can make sense. And I'm wishing you guys the best, all right? Take care. Bye. Hey, welcome. If you have chosen the third group, the blue appetite, then this reading could be for you. The person on your mind, do they have hidden intentions towards you? And what are their intentions? Okay, so we have the Lovers in reverse, we have the Chariot in reverse, and we have the Hermit upright. All right, so what are their intentions towards you? All right, so please only take these messages if they make sense. But it feels like this person doesn't necessarily have hidden intentions towards you. It feels like a lot of you could already be aware of this person's intentions. Some of you could be maybe ignoring what this person's intentions are and kind of just maybe going along with what you want to believe. So it doesn't feel like this person's intentions are very positive towards you, unfortunately. I mean, like, again, like, if you and this person clearly don't get along, their intentions are to kind of keep that energy going. Yeah, so some of you, this person's intentions aren't hidden because you could already know what they are. Like, if you are not on good terms with this person, then their intentions may not come as a surprise to you. But for some of you, like, this could be someone that you actually care about. This could be someone that you love or someone that you're interested in. So their intentions could come as maybe as a shock, but maybe you kind of knew or felt it intuitively, or you kind of maybe saw certain red flags. I don't know. If this person has been ignoring you though, they intend to continue to do so. For some of you, it could be their intention to create a wedge in some of your relationships, potentially isolate you in some way. So it feels like, I don't know if this person is quite spiritual, if this person is religious, but it feels like they could be hiding their intentions, you know, if that makes sense. So earlier I said they may not have hidden intentions, but for some of you, they do, but it's like they're even trying to hide it on like a spiritual level, if that makes sense. So yeah, it could be this person's intentions to create a wedge in some of your relationships. For some of you, this person could be, you know, praying or wishing negativity on you. But I won't worry about that too much. If I was you, it won't work. Like, honestly, there's a big message not to even take it seriously. It's like, yeah, like I'm hearing child's play type of thing, you know? So, anyways. So yeah, it feels like their nonsense won't reach you anyway, but it does seem like they think you're sending them, you know, bad vibes. They could try to sabotage your stability, but if you don't feed into it, it won't work. It won't happen, of course. They've been gossiping about you, and it feels like they intend to continue doing that. They could be telling people you took something that was theirs. It could be that it feels like they actually do say to some people that you try to take their spouse or someone they're in a relationship connection with. For some of you, they say that you've tried to turn their friends against them. So they do plan to continue talking negatively about you. It feels like their intentions are to make you feel lost, to try and, you know, take away your ambition, your motivation, and to maybe generally just make you feel less confident about yourself and certain plans or goals that you had set yourself. And the fact that we do have 3 major arcana here as well, it feels like their feelings towards you are pretty intense. Like, they could be quite obsessed with you as well. If this is someone you are in a relationship with, whether it's platonic, romantic, it feels like they do have intentions of using you, unfortunately. And it feels like they have intentions of using the people that are connected to you as well, especially your family and your friends. It feels like they do want you to develop trust issues. And this could be within your circle, like with your family and friends, like the people you really care about, people who care about you. So it feels like they do want to sow discord in those relationships. It feels like their intention is to take you off your path or to distract you from your purpose or to create obstacles for you and challenges for you, so that it will be harder for you to focus on your purpose or focus on certain goals that you do have. It feels like this person, like, honestly just wants to stop your progress, unfortunately. And And if you are asking about someone you are interested in or someone you do care for, then I hope this, doesn't resonate. Like, honestly, don't try and fit these messages if it just does not align with the person you're asking about. Like, that is not my intention, to create like confusion in your relationships, only to what's that word, to kind of confirm things that have already, like, you've already felt intuitively. So yeah, so it feels like this person, they could want you to feel like they're meeting your needs without actually meeting your needs. Like, they could intend to breadcrumb you a little bit. They could also want to create the dynamic of you chasing them. And it feels like they could also want to influence you to be cold towards other people. And again, like, this does feel like, so it could impact your relationships with other people, and your connection with other people. They could also want you to lose confidence in your talents and your abilities. And it feels like they could want to make it so that you trust their guidance and opinions over your own. So I'm going to pull some more cards to see what else we get. What are their intentions towards you? Okay, so for the first cards, we have stop sleeping so much. We also have you eaten? You are acting like a big baby. Let's see what this is about. So in regards to stop sleeping so much, it feels like it is their intention to potentially make you feel like you aren't doing enough. It also feels like it's their intentions to minimize your feelings in regards to you are acting like a big baby. They could also try to make you feel as though you're making a big deal out of nothing. So we have box, we have beyond the ego, surrender to the flow of life. We also have revealing your true self. And on this one, it says reveal your secret power. As you allow others to know the real you, you'll feel loved for who you truly are. We also have bless your heart, reach out for emotional support. And we also have flood, express the ocean of your emotion. So we have two cards here about revealing, and we have two cards here in regards to emotional support or expressing yourself in some way. So I'm going to see what their intentions are. So for some of you, they could make it seem that you are able to rely on them for emotional support. However, they may not, that doesn't seem like that's their actual intention. It could just be so that you can maybe confide in them. Like, especially with reveal, like they could, it's their intention to get you, let me see, to get you to reveal something to them, to get you to be your true self around them. But unfortunately, it could be their intention to use this against you or to unfortunately abuse that. With beyond the ego, it feels like right now they could be seeing you as strong, but it feels like they want to break that down a little bit. So essentially, it feels like it is their intention for you to kind of put your trust in them. But their intentions and what they plan on doing with that trust is, it doesn't seem positive. It doesn't even really seem selfish on their part, like I'm, abusing your trust so I can benefit myself. It just feels like they kind of want to be cruel, you know? But again, like, please only take this if it makes sense, you know? So we have chatty, we have serious, we have hypocritical, we have extroverted. For some of you, if you are usually in quite a light-hearted energy, it feels like they do have intentions of putting you in a more serious energy or a more apathetic, kind of like down energy. Do you know, I don't know if any of you like have noticed or experienced this, and I'm not saying like all people who are chatty and charming are like this, but have you noticed with certain people like they're super chatty, they're super charming, but they're kind of using it as a way to like disarm you, to like they use it as a way to throw people off and kind of like manipulate people and play mind games with people. So for some of you, like that is their intention towards you. It's like it's their intention to come across extroverted, to come across as playful, to come across as fun and as passionate. But again, like it doesn't feel like, it feels like they're trying to use it against you in a way. For some of you, this isn't for everyone, but for some of you, it could be their intention for you to see yourself as hypocritical. Okay, so we have I'm done. We have your skin looks like silk. We have blah, blah, blah. We have it's a problem. We have are you ashamed of me? We have let's play some games. We have strip. We also have I'm not sure. So it feels like their intentions are for you to be done, but this is for you to be done um, in regards to things that you were maybe once passionate about, in regards to maybe, you know, certain goals that you had. It just feels like they do have intentions of throwing you off course a little bit, you know? So in regards to your skin looks like silk, it feels like it is their intentions to charm you, to maybe, you know, tell you nice things. But again, it does feel like it is to throw you off a little bit. Even if they do mean it, you know? So in regards to blah, 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 it feels like it's their intention to just chat shit. Like, that's literally what it feels like. Um, it doesn't even really feel like telling you what you want to hear. Like, do you know when someone just talks a lot, they're saying a lot, but they're not saying anything, you know? Like, that could be their intention right now as well. It could be their intention to make you feel bad. Is it their intention? For some of you, it could be their intention to make you feel bad about them, maybe making you feel sorry for them. But for some of you, it's like, do you know that kind of energy? Like, don't you like me anymore? Like, what have I done to upset you? You know, like, it's just them making you feel sorry for them, if that makes sense, you know? But yeah, do you have more from this one? And it also feels like it's their intention. I don't know if it's to make you feel ashamed of yourself, but it does feel like they want you to take a knock to your confidence. So they may try little things to do that. Like with the Seven of Wands, they could do things to make you feel on the defense or put you on the defense. if this is someone like a romantic type of thing, like it could be their intention to be physical with you. In terms of strip, like it feels like they do want you to like be vulnerable, or make you feel like it's safe to be vulnerable with them. But this feels like kind of like a false sense of safety. They could even try to like get you to turn against someone else, like to make you feel like someone else is a problem. But that is all I have for those of you who chose this group. I do hope it doesn't resonate. But I am wishing you guys the best, and I do hope it could be helpful more than anything else, all right? So please take care of yourselves. Bye.